What's the worst response to "you know why I pulled you over"? Did you forget? This man and everyone else who reads his comment, including myself, are going to jail if we try that, especially in DC. A while back when I still drank, so over a decade ago, my friends and I were staggering to a bar downtown after pre-gaming a bit, and we saw a guy who was pulled over by a cop in a residential area. I was pretty plastered at that point, so I marched up to the cop and demanded that if he was going to ruin this man's night by giving him a ticket, he should at least tell the man a funny joke. The cop put on his best stern face and told us to keep moving. I ignored him and went up to the driver's window and declared, "Well, if you aren't going to tell him a joke, I will." What did one strawberry say to the other strawberry? "If you weren't so fresh, we wouldn't be in this jam." The guy in the car and the cop burst out laughing, and the cop dropped his flashlight, which rolled under the guy's car. My friend Dave grabbed me by the shirt and dragged me away. I think he was worried we were about to get a public intoxication ticket. Many years ago at night, coming back from work late-ish, my mom got pulled over by a cop who asked her just that. She answered along the lines of, "I guess because it's late, it's cold, there's no one else passing by, and you're bored." He let her go immediately. I have a gun and I'm not afraid to use it. Oh, now, this is really the worst one. I am a sovereign citizen. Your laws don't apply to me. Your badge is gold, which means you're a boat. I cannot be court-martialed twice. That is all. Furthermore, there was a recent case where someone pulled this line. I don't remember exactly what he said next, but it was something along the lines of being armed and prepared to exercise his rights. You can't tell 100% in the video, but it definitely looked like the guy reached for a gun. He got about 20 rounds pumped into him. It was one of the few situations where I think the cop's response, while overkill, was a legitimate use of force. May not have been excessive, actually. Here, you're supposed to shoot until they drop, since if they're still standing, they may still draw and shoot. Pretty much any answer besides "no officer" is wrong. When I was 17, I was driving home with my parents and we came to a routine checkpoint. It was late, so sometimes the cops had set up in the middle of the road checking licenses. I didn't know my dad was friends with the cop, but the cop said, "This is a cute little car. I've never seen one like it before. How fast does it go?" I was going through inner turmoil, so I said, "Aha! Top speed is 70. And he said, "Right answer. Isn't that right? Dad's name." I was fucking shocked. Oh, I'm not convinced. Friend burnt rubber out of a side street at a junction and told the cop, because I was a complete moron for driving like that. Got off with a warning. Cop said he appreciated the honesty. Yep. Working at a bar, I got done and headed home around 3 in the morning. Stopped at a light and saw a Crown Vic behind me. No problem, because I hadn't had anything to drink. I just wanted to go home and get to sleep. The turn lane goes green and I take off going straight. About halfway through the intersection, I realized that the light was still red for me, so I pulled over a little past the intersection. The officer didn't even turn on the red lights, just the whites and ambers. He came up and asked, "So, what happened?" "Did you just make a mistake back there?" "Yep. I just got done working and want to climb in bed. Saw the green for the turn lane and just went on autopilot. I didn't want to make you chase me because I know you're only going to bring a few friends and a beating if I make you chase me." He laughed, asked if I'd been drinking, and ran my license, then let me go. I'm not one for letting my rights be trampled upon, but it's usually much quicker if you're nice and cooperative. My answer was, yes, because I turned left coming out of that parking lot. Him, "Did you see the no left turn sign there?" Me, "You mean that big sign right at the exit?" Of course I did. There was no traffic in either direction as far as you could see, so I figured there was no danger in just turning left. The policeman was far behind me in the parking lot when he saw this. Him, "That's true. I've been sitting there all day long. You're my 12th stop for the same reason. You're also the first honest person that answered my question. Every other one said they did not see the sign." Me, "That's crazy. It's big, and it's right there where you can't miss it. They were lying." Him, "Yep, they were." Me, Him, "You're still getting the ticket." I invoked the fifth and I want a lawyer. I drank a fifth and I want a lawyer. Ex-cop already replied earlier about saying nothing. Here as driver I have to give my name, confirm if it is my vehicle, and am expected to give an account of what I'm doing. I'm going home. Beyond that, I don't have to answer any questions, and everyone with knowledge of the law says don't talk to cops. Traffic stop is a classic example. If they have evidence you were speeding or offending, they can fine you. If they don't and you don't confirm it, you'll get away with advice to slow down or indicate more. Nothing you can say will decrease the evidence they had when you were stopped, but it can increase it. Cop: do you know why I pulled you over? Fletcher: depends on how long you were following me. Cop: let's start from the top. Fletcher: here it goes. I sped. I followed too closely. I ran a stop sign. I almost hit a Chevy. I sped some more. I failed to yield at a crosswalk. I changed lanes at an intersection. I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding. Cop: is that all? Fletcher: no. I have unpaid parking tickets. Be gentle. Well, you folks have quotas to hit or you can't get new gear. Guess I'm just your next lucky customer. And I being punked. Who the hell knows with you people? I have a boyfriend. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes, it's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. I'll still offer him those free body cavity searches. These are not the droids you're looking for. This isn't my blood? I can explain. No, there is too much. Let me sum up. Look, it was never going to work out between us. I mean, I'm Muslim, I can't even eat pork. So, way back when, I get pulled over for speeding. It was 3 a.m. I was the DD, some douche high beams me, I speed up and change lanes, said douche with CHP. He walks up to the window and I am fuming. He asked, do you know why I pulled you over? And I lose my shit. Every insult, slur, suggestion of sexual relations with his family. Everything short of outright threats. He takes my ID, walks back to his car, calls a separate unit to give me the ticket. Not the worst thing you could say, though. You could just be black and get shot by a 20-plus year cop who can't tell her gun from a taser. Hey, reminds me of the time I was in a hurry. Red light turned green and the guy in front of me didn't go. So instead of honking like any normal human, I revved my engine out of frustration with a very small chirp from my tires. Then immediately realized it was a fucking cop that was in front of me. Talk about feeling stupid. He pulled me over, of course. I just apologized to him, told him that I was distracted checking out some girl and saw the light turn green out of the corner of my eye. Hit the gas without looking, then saw that he hadn't gone yet, so I hit the brakes. I'm not sure if he bought it, but he did let me go. Yep. Working at a bar, I got done and headed home around 3 in the morning. Stopped at a light and saw a Crown Vic behind me. No problem, because I hadn't had anything to drink. I just wanted to go home and get to sleep. The turn lane goes green and I take off going straight. About halfway through the intersection, I realized that the light was still red for me, so I pulled over a little past the intersection. The officer didn't even turn on the red lights, just the whites and ambers. He came up and asked, "So what happened? Did you just make a mistake back there?" "Yep. I just got done working and want to climb in bed. Saw the green for the turn lane and just went on autopilot. I didn't want to make you chase me because I know you're only going to bring a few friends and a beating if I make you chase me." He laughed, asked if I'd been drinking, and ran my license, then let me go. I'm not one for letting my rights be trampled upon, but it's usually much quicker if you're nice and cooperative.